That last one I made, I sat there, I had a gut. My stomach was just turning when I made it because I was like, I'm very, no one's more critical on my family than me. You know, because you're supposed to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and if you don't do it, boy, I'll let you have it. I'll jump right in with both feet, right? All in that ass, right? So I sat and made this and went boom, and I went to load it, and it was slower than ever before. And I said, okay. And they're all like, he'll do it. Yeah, he'll do it. Because I'll get a lot of people in my head, you're not that critical of this, you don't do this. Like, no one, okay, period. Okay. I am more critical of my family not doing right and on their took us to do right than Donald Trump is with his kids, Barack Obama is with his kids, David Rockefeller was with his kids, George Soros is with, if he has any kids, I don't know, I've never checked, than any rich person or celebrity is with anybody. Okay. I am tougher on my family than Bobby Knight was on his kids with basketball. Because Bobby Knight was an aggressive asshole full of shit who would do anything for a lot of money to win a basketball game. And I am passionate about everybody living the Lord's Prayer because all children need it. So trust me, I'm a hell of a lot tougher than Mike Krzyzewski or Bobby Knight ever thought about being. Okay? You're talking about a man who will protect women and children from human trafficking at Fort Huachuca without fear. And he's got a wife and 5 kids at home. Okay? Do you understand the magnitude of that courage and that conviction? All right. I make Charlie Bronson and Steve McQueen and what's the other guy? Yul Brynner and all the guys on the Magnificent Seven, James Coburn of the Magnificent Seven, look like they're playing tiddlywinks. Surrounded by all the selective service protecting those twits you call presidents. Do you understand? That's what I look like. It's like, whoa, that guy. I told you, I was in Fort Huachuca. They told me, oh, well, we got all this. What are you going to do about it? I got up right, went online, went on YouTube and said, hey, this is wrong. Okay? I thought all the people in the military are going to stand up with me. I have stood up all by myself. That was June 2009. Okay? It is Easter Sunday, 2025. Okay? I am still on YouTube standing up all by myself to stop human trafficking and genocide through philanthropy. Like Eric Carmen, man. All by myself. You know what I'm saying? And then you sit there and wonder about people's like, you do know. Okay, one, if you believe Jesus Christ is Lord, then he sees the righteous and he sees people doing righteous. And if someone is doing righteous and you are criticizing that man for being righteous and you're not being righteous yourself, you know, since Jesus is watching the righteous, he's watching me. Why would you criticize me? If you believe Jesus is an omnipotent God, then Jesus is watching everything we do. So we should stand up for the Lord's Prayer right now without question, right? So you guys got to understand. Left, right, up the middle, no matter what you do. Okay? Stand up for the eternal thoughts, words, and actions of the Lord's Prayer right now. It's valid, good, and perfect science. Okay? Do you understand? Money is not real. Do not engage in conflict over it. Do not murder over it. Do not manipulate people with it. Okay? You are given love by the glory of God. All natural laws mandate to human beings that they have to engage in loving regard and respect for natural laws and honoring those natural laws to faithfully love each other through sexual reproduction, because that was the gift given. Okay? That's what it says in the Bible. That's what it says in the Quran. That's what it says in the Torah. And you can explain it to people. Now, there are a lot of stories in all those books, okay, that have unbelievable things in those books that are not based on science. Okay. There are some things in there that seem unbelievable in some of the other books. Okay. that can be possible because of science. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. But where it's not possible, okay, then it's been manipulated to make people believe in things that are not real. So when people that are real are teaching us the reality of faith in God before us, we will only accept the magic show. A lot of people are doing, like Bob said, some people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything and make everybody feel high. But if you know what life is worth, you look for yours on earth and how you see the light. So stand up for your right. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Okay? You don't have to fight. You don't have to kill. You have to just stand up for that which is right without fear, with complete love and devotion. That's all that's required of you. Okay? You don't have to do anything else. All right. When David stood up to the Philistines, everybody in the village got to worship Jehovah without being murdered by barbarians, even though the littlest kid and the oldest person didn't stand up to the Philistines with David to protect the people from the barbarians, right? So I'll stand up to the barbarians at White Sands, Fort Bliss, Fort Huachuca, that are business partners with the KGB and with Hamas and with, what's the other one? Hezbollah, whatever, those wackadoodle, pissy-faced, sorry-ass little drug cartel, El Guapo, Chapo, Tapo, Pingo, too much cheese on the taco-ass motherfuckers from El Salvador, Nicaragua, where, all those Peckerwood pussy plantations that would sell their grandma's pussy to pay their bills because they're such fucking pile of shit assholes. Those pieces of shit. They know. They meet me, it's like, oh, hey, who's the man? Yeah. Parsons is, I stood up and did it before everybody, globally, with global observation from every corporation, okay, at this time known to man, because every corporation is tied to the money that studied me, okay? And who done gone and did that thing downright, okay? And you guys have all those books. The Lord will come, he will look like Son of Man, and he will take on the devil, and he will defeat the devil and tie down the devil with all the devil's sin, and it will be completely evident and completely obvious the devil is lying, and the Lord will restore the kingdom of heaven here on earth by us all living the ways of Jesus Christ. Like Michael Youssef said, in the first heaven, beloved, trust me, Jesus will not be there. It's somebody in the book of Revelation that looks like Jesus, but he's not Jesus. Except I'm 58, so I look a lot older than him. I have to shave my hair because I have chemical poisoning, and it brings out that's dead tissue coming out of my body that has poisoning in it that agitates every time they spill Roundup or pesticide. So I have to shave it, or it gets too flaky and itchy, like poor little old Cyndi Lauper and the people there. And I won't take drugs to counteract the drugs because it hurts my body more, because everything I put in my body that's not healthy or natural, my body goes, get the fuck out of here. We need to go to the mountains, get some fresh air, some affection from a loving woman, clean water, clean food, healthy food, and some good old-fashioned love and rest. And then people at the fort think I'm selfish because I want this now instead of having to wait for it because they suck. It's disturbing how fucked up people think, and then they try to project that fucked up thinking on you, and you're like, seriously? You do know David Rock? They do know David Rockefeller's recording everything. They're just too fucked up and broken to cognitively accept it. It's obvious. Yeah, military units in this town and the scientists that are the manipulative interaction, I wouldn't say force. Manipulative bitchiness. Oh, bitches, dogs. Manipulative turd bagginess. Because all they're really worth is fertilizer once they're done. Yeah. They could live out their life. I'm pretty certain that a lot of people that can't manipulate people with money and technology most likely might commit suicide once we're living the Lord's Prayer. And that's something we're all just going to have to live with. Okay, guys? I love you. We're going to load this one. This is the one I'm going to load. If I got to stay up, I'll just watch Dark Winds. I was watching Dark Winds going, if I was distracted by stupid shit, I'd actually like this show. But I'm not. So I'm like, would have been interesting about 20 years ago, but now it's just addiction to fucked up shit for money. Make sure you get your singles to pay those dancers, cash, so they don't have to try to write it off on their taxes while you're at them titty bars. Okay. Yatta. Okay, guys, I love you very much, man. Peace.